There comes a time in life when we start losing faith in ourselves. We feel like, my motivation is gone. I can't do this anymore. But is that really true? No. Success never comes from motivation. Success comes from discipline. When your mind doesn't want to, but you still show up, that's when you rise above everyone else. Today's story is about a man named Ryan Thompson, an ordinary person whose discipline turned him into something extraordinary. Ryan was a boy from a simple family in New York. Since childhood, his dream was to become an athlete. But in school, he was always at the bottom. Friends laughed at him. Teachers said, "You'll never make it. You just don't have the talent." He joined his first running competition. Everyone was running fast, and Ryan kept falling, gasping for breath, losing badly. At the end, he stood alone in the corner of the field, tears in his eyes, wondering, "Why can't I do it?" That night, Ryan watched a YouTube video. A coach said one line that changed everything. "Discipline is stronger than motivation." That sentence got stuck in his head forever. The next morning, while everyone was asleep, Ryan's alarm rang at 5 a.m. He didn't feel like waking up. Tired body, cold air, heavy eyes, but he got up anyway. On the first day, he fell while running. On the second day, he gasped for air. On the third day, his legs hurt badly. But he didn't stop. He realized something powerful. Motivation comes and goes, but once discipline is built, you can't stop anymore. Ryan made a promise to himself. For the next 90 days, I'll wake up at 5 a.m. no matter what. The first 10 days were pure pain. Friends laughed and said, "You're crazy." But Ryan smiled. He knew those who seem crazy today become stories tomorrow. Slowly, his body started changing. His mind became stronger. But the biggest transformation was his mental toughness. One morning, it was raining heavily. Everyone said, "Skip today, start again tomorrow." Ryan thought, maybe they're right. But then he remembered, discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. He stepped out without an umbrella, running in the pouring rain. Tears mixed with raindrops, but he was smiling, because that day he didn't win against the weather. He won against his own mind. 6 months later, Ryan entered a local marathon. The same track where he once fell. Today, he was running his final lap. The crowd was cheering, but Ryan could only hear his heartbeat. As he crossed the finish line, tears filled his eyes again, not from victory, but from the joy of conquering himself. His coach came up and said, "Ryan, you weren't motivated. You were disciplined, and that's the difference that made you a winner." Ryan is now a successful athlete, but his greatest achievement isn't a medal. It's his character. He always says, motivation wakes you up for a day, but discipline wakes you up for a lifetime. Maybe right now you're thinking, my motivation is gone. But listen, you don't need motivation. You just need one decision: to be disciplined starting today. If Ryan's story inspired you, then right now, like this video, comment below, what time will you start your day? And subscribe to this channel, because every story here will push you one step closer to your best self.